Once upon a time, Anthony Joshua was the epitome of heavyweight destruction. His fists carried the weight of dynamite, with an astounding knockout ratio that left fans breathless. Before that fateful night against Andy Ruiz Jr., Joshua was a storm of power and aggression, an unstoppable force inside the ring. His rise to the top was meteoric, his style brutal, leaving little doubt that each of his fights would end with his opponent crashing to the canvas. He was the people's champion, beloved for his ability to finish fights early and in spectacular fashion. On his path to glory, Joshua dismantled top-tier competition, including fierce rival Dillian Whyte, whom he knocked out in a heated grudge match, and Joseph Parker, the previously undefeated WBO champion, whom he outboxed in a tactical masterclass. But it was his legendary bout against Vladimir Klitschko that truly defined his career. On that night in April 2017, the two titans met in a clash of generations. Joshua, the rising star, knocked Klitschko down in the 5th round, only to be sent to the canvas himself in the 6th. In a dramatic back-and-forth war, Joshua showed his heart and power, rallying in the 11th round to drop Klitschko twice before finishing him with a flurry of devastating punches. It was a defining moment, a passing of the torch, and Joshua stood tall as the new king of the heavyweight division. Then came that unforgettable night in June 2019. Against all odds, Ruiz, a massive underdog, shocked the world. Joshua didn't just lose, he lost his aura of invincibility. From that point on, something changed. In his next fights, the aggression that once defined him was replaced by caution. His style became more tactical, more calculated, safer, yes, but at a cost. He was no longer the knockout machine that fans had fallen in love with. Instead, he was criticized for being too careful, too hesitant. His losses to Oleksandr Usyk only deepened this narrative. Twice defeated by the Ukrainian, Joshua's career reached a painful low, and many began to wonder if he had what it took to reclaim his place among the elite. The whispers grew louder. Was Joshua past his prime? Was he afraid to let his hands go? Doubts swirled, and even some of his most loyal supporters started to lose hope. But champions are not defined by their defeats. They are defined by how they rise from them. Anthony Joshua, against the odds, refused to stay down. Although he has already achieved everything there is to win in boxing, there is still a strong fire burning inside him. He was an Olympic gold medalist and 2-time heavyweight world champion. He is probably also in an excellent financial position. He could simply retire, but he has motives that go beyond that. He wants to immortalize his name alongside the legends of boxing, and that is exactly what makes him so strong and dangerous for any of his opponents. In a remarkable turnaround, Joshua has reignited the fire that once made him the most feared heavyweight on the planet. This resurgence is no accident. Under the guidance of his new trainer, Ben Davison, Joshua has returned to his roots. The aggression, the hunger, the killer instinct, it's all back, and it's not just about winning fights anymore. It's about winning the hearts of fans who long to see the devastating version of Joshua again. What's even more impressive is Joshua's new pace. He's no longer fighting just once a year. He's putting in the work, staying active, fighting with more frequency than ever before. This isn't the Joshua who coasted on his natural talent. This is a man on a mission, hungry to prove that he can rise from the ashes of defeat and reclaim his throne. In his most recent outings, the world has witnessed a reborn Joshua. There's a ferocity to his punches, a relentlessness in his combinations, and a hunger that hadn't been seen since the early days of his career. He's no longer content to coast to decision victories. Joshua wants knockouts, and he's willing to take the risks necessary to get them. With each bout, the belief that the once invincible champion can rise again grows stronger. One of the most compelling aspects of Joshua's comeback is how he's dealt with opponents who gave other heavyweight champions serious trouble. Both Otto Wallin and Francis Ngannou posed significant challenges to the former WBC champion, Tyson Fury. Wallin, in particular, nearly derailed Fury's career with a brutal cut in their fight, pushing him the full 12 rounds in a grueling contest. Ngannou, in his shocking transition to boxing, almost caused a massive upset by going the distance with Fury and knocking him down, proving his power translates well into the squared circle. Yet, when it was Anthony Joshua's turn to face these men, the outcomes were strikingly different. Against Otto Wallin, Joshua displayed total dominance. Where Wallin had troubled Fury with relentless pressure and grit, Joshua dismantled him with relative ease. From the opening bell, Joshua's combination of power, precision, and relentless aggression overwhelmed Wallin, who had no answer for AJ's onslaught. It wasn't just that Joshua won, it was the ease with which he dispatched a man who had pushed Fury to the limit. This version of Anthony Joshua was a different beast. Then came Francis Ngannou, fresh off his stunning performance against Fury, where the UFC knockout artist shocked the boxing world by going the distance and even dropping Fury. Ngannou's raw power had many believing he could trouble Joshua too, but AJ was unfazed. Joshua approached the fight with calculated aggression, controlling the pace and dismantling Ngannou with his superior technique. Unlike Fury, Joshua made short work of Ngannou, finishing him with a knockout that silenced any remaining doubters. The contrast between Joshua's performance and Fury's struggle with Ngannou couldn't have been clearer. These victories speak volumes about Anthony Joshua's resurgence. While Tyson Fury struggled against both Wallin and Ngannou, Joshua made quick, decisive work of them. His ability to effortlessly dispatch opponents who had given Fury serious problems underscores just how dangerous and focused he has become. The partnership with Ben Davison has proven to be a masterstroke. Davison has unlocked a new version of Joshua, one that blends the raw aggression of his youth with the tactical discipline he's gained in recent years. It's a terrifying combination, one that has opponents rethinking their game plans. The redemption story of Anthony Joshua is not just about boxing. It's about the power of resilience, the will to improve, and the belief that it's never too late to rewrite your legacy. He has been to the depths of despair and has chosen to fight his way back, one punch, one round, one fight at a time. And now, as he stands on the verge of another title shot, the world is once again watching, captivated by a champion who refused to be written off. Joshua's story is far from over. In fact, it feels like the most exciting chapters are still ahead. And with each passing day, with each fight, it's becoming clearer. The lion has been awakened, and he's hungrier than ever. The world of boxing should take note. Anthony Joshua is back, and this time, he's here to stay.